Well, a man drops to the ground in broad daylight, shot by Spokane Police. And in video some viewers may find disturbing, every moment caught on camera. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Nadine Woodward. A family who lives on East Dalton near Gonzaga Prep shot the video as a veteran officer tried to get a suicidal man armed with a knife to surrender. KXY4's Jeff Humphrey working for you now at Dalton and Perry with the home video you saw first on our KXY4 Twitter account. And Jeff, neighbors say that police did pretty much everything they could to avoid using deadly force.
And Nadine, the scary part for these folks was this all happened so quickly. The neighborhood out enjoying a sunny Sunday afternoon. Suddenly parents were rushing to get their kids inside, and people were shocked to see a man without a shirt on arguing with police, walking down the sidewalk and cutting himself with a knife. At first, it was just one police lieutenant trying to disarm and de-escalate a guy who's just bailed out of his car after a short pursuit with North Side officers.
Just before the individual was stopped, one of the officers had gotten on the radio and said that he was going after or chasing after a neighbor with a knife as well.
And that's when Bo Johnson started to warn his neighbors they needed to go inside their homes.
Very abnormal. So he was screaming, "I'm not going back to prison. You're not taking me today. Kill me, kill me."
As the man with a knife in his hand advances toward the officer, the lieutenant backs up. A second unit arrives, and the man runs toward Perry.
Officers ran up, and he did everything he could do to try and talk to the gentleman. The gentleman started stabbing himself and ripped his hospital gown off and stabbed himself one more time.
Arriving officers surround the man as he reaches Perry and try to use a taser to disarm him.
He reached around, pulled the tasers out, and came at them and tried to stab him with a knife, and they had no choice.
Witnesses say the officers opened fire as the man lunged at them with a knife over his head. In the video, it appears they are no more than a dozen feet apart.
All I know is they protected my neighborhood and my family, and they got somebody off the street that needed to be off the street. And they did everything in their power to not shoot this man, and he gave them no option.
And Nadine, there is also body cam of this incident, so that should give investigators a much better idea of what happened in those last seconds before the shots were fired. Prior to the shooting, this gentleman was actually a patient up at Holy Family Hospital. He was being treated there, but left in such a hurry, he actually still had those little pads they put on your torso when you're trying to get an EKG. Reporting live in North Spokane, Jeff Humphrey, KXLY4.
Wow. All right. Thanks a lot for that.